is a Rock Entertainment Sports Network special presentation.
Pickle in the land. Day 3 of the tournament. Day 2 of our coverage here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. It is the largest pickleball tournament in the whole Midwest, and it is right here in the land. Yesterday, an outstanding day of action of singles play. Today, the doubles take a crack at it, and we've got 3 hours of coverage. We're with you until 7 o'clock. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mark Schwabb alongside Marty Allen. And Marty, yesterday we did see a lot of great stuff, but with it being singles, well, it's going to look a little different than what we're going to see today. Today, the doubles get a shot at it. This is certainly your game, and the viewers are going to see a little bit of different flavor.
Yeah, you know, yesterday with the singles matches, they were fantastic, but everyone knows it's all about the doubles. And everyone knows that women, who are the most competitive people in the world, they put the same thing on the pickleball court when they're playing. And there's a lot of different terms that come into play with the doubles, like coaching, like stacking, like the kitchen line battle paddle, like the double bolt or the double slide, okay? That's what you're going to get in today with the doubles, and I'm looking forward to it.
Kitchen line battle paddle.
Unbelievable.
I can't wait to see it.
Unbelievable. And it'll take a little time to, actually it doesn't take a lot of time. Just real quick, it's where most people like to hold their arm extended, okay? But once you get to the kitchen line, you want your arm at the chest with the paddle or racket right here, and both people are on both sides of the kitchen line, and it's a battle. It's a pat, 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 pat. Somebody will make a mistake, pat, 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 and it's over. And that's how it, but you gotta practice this every day with the drop like we talked about yesterday. Yeah. You got to do the same thing with the kitchen line battle paddle. So you got to play a chess game.
And we'll see that, except this time, instead of one person on, I almost said one guy. The gal's certainly in this too. One person on each side. Now it's two. So there's going to be a lot more traffic on the court, a lot more communication required, a lot more people involved. Now, a lot of folks still new to pickleball, including yours truly. Not him. He's played a lot. Me, I haven't played. You wouldn't want to see it. There's a lot of us still learning this sport. Travis Wilson, also of our coverage team here on The Rock, walks you through the basics.
All right, so we're going to do a little demonstration on how we score and how the basic rules are here for pickleball. We have two players here that are going to demonstrate singles. The big thing with singles is the player, we have a server, and we'll have a player as a returner. The big thing with our singles in pickleball is we have a rule called a two-bounce rule. So when the server makes the serve, he or she has to wait for that ball to bounce on their side before they can take the ball out of the air. The other big thing when it comes to pickleball is the service motion. In pickleball, we serve underhand. Underhand, and the contact must be at below the waist or at the waist, right in here. So let's go ahead and play a point. The other thing we want to focus on here is the point will begin on the right side. The right side, that's the even side. Okay, so the score will always be even on the right. So go ahead, let's serve. Great point. So the server won the point. He will now maintain the serve and call out the score, which now on the left side should be odd. Oh, great shot. So again, he wins the point again. Now it's 2-0. For an example of him losing the point, that would be, the ball would be called a side out. So he would then lose the point and then feed the ball to the other player. And now that player on a side out would serve, and he would start on the right side, and the score would be, from his perspective, an even number, which is 0-2. So go ahead. Great point. So right there, now the point is 2-1, with the server now going to the left side, representing the odd number, and calling out that score 1-2. Okay, and again, the big thing with today's tournament, we'll be playing games up to 11 win by 2 and 15 win by 2 as the tournament progresses. So again, with our pickleball at its core is fairly basic, especially the rules. But the complexity comes with the level of play and competition, which you'll be seeing this evening. We'll get all of that action underway when we return to Pickle in the Land on Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Pickle in the Land, day 3 of the tournament. We've reached the doubles action as we take you on a sweeping first-person view drone shot through the facility. Huntington Convention Center is where it's going on. And this is our first shot of doubles action today. We are joining this one in progress, and we'll set up the particulars here in a couple of moments. But Marty, walk us through some of the basics of what is different with 2 guys on a team against 2 instead of 1 versus 1.
Okay, one of the reasons why a lot of people don't do this is because it's very difficult. But if you have one person on your team that understands it, it can be better, so much better and so much more influential than the other thing. The first one is called a double pull or a double bolt or a double slide. And of course, then there's stacking. Now, as we get time in between the games, because it's going to take a minute to explain, but those are 3 of the ones that are so much more important in doubles than it is in singles. All
right, well, it looks like we have a little timeout here in the action. So what we're picking up in the middle, as you can see, this is a 1 game to 15. A lot of times you end up with the best of 3s. This is a race to 15. Spicagna, who we saw yesterday in singles action, Peter Spicagna teaming up with Kwong La, taking on Ibrahim Fried and Leo Schumacher. So we've stepped in the middle of it, and as you can see, if it's the first to 15, the Spicagna La team well positioned here. However, it is a game of runs, and we just saw the timeout that can sometimes lead to breaking those runs.
And of course, we saw Spicagna yesterday, and he was fantastic.
Yes.
So I'm not surprised that he's right back there again for today's battle.
And now they are 2 points away from a victory. Of course, you have to win by 2, but with a 7-point margin already, that is not a problem in this case. So one thing I've already noticed different from yesterday is that it seems like, what do we got here?
It's done.
That's done. All right, so we were a point off. It was 13, that was 14, now we just won 15.
Yes.
So this, Spicagna and La wins it. Moving on. All right, let me ask you here, because one thing I noticed just in that brief action we had there,
yes,
everybody seemed to be a lot closer to the kitchen line than what we saw yesterday when he was either both guys kind of playing back or maybe one at the kitchen line, one back. Rarely did we see a duality, both guys on the kitchen line, but there it was seemingly everybody rushing to get to that line. How come?
And that's the difference between the singles and the doubles. With the doubles, you're going to have both. The idea when you play doubles is, and I can't stress this enough, get to the kitchen line as quickly as possible. You do your partner a disservice if you are in no man's land, which is in the middle between the serve line and the kitchen line. Some players don't have enough confidence in themselves to get all the way to the kitchen line. But it's imperative that you get to the kitchen line because you're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing your partner a disservice. And when you're ready, I'll start telling you the reasons why and how they get to that kitchen line with the double bolt, the double slide, and of course, stacking.
All right, we're here in the Parrot Paddle booth, and this is where we will be calling the action today for the next few hours. And so we can get it. That's what we can expect to see that
they're
today.
going to be, yes.
It's just a lot of traffic right up by the net.
Yes, but the idea is to get to the kitchen line as soon as possible. And they have after the initial serve, one person serves it to the other side. The other side serves it back. And now your next shot, the second shot, is called the third shot drop. The third shot drop. And that's the one you want to try to hit even from standing back at the serve line. You want to drop it over the net into the kitchen. Double the third shot drop. And then you run like a bat out of hell to the kitchen line. And that's when you get into the kitchen line battle pack.
Got it. All right, we are going to step aside. We're just getting started. The Rock Entertainment Sports Network, your home for Pickle in the Land on television. Stick around.
Pickle in the Land on Rock Sports is brought to you by Akron Children's. Visit akronchildrens.org to find a location near you. By Ohio Basement Authority, Cleveland's premier foundation repair, basement waterproofing, and basement finishing company. We are here to help homeowners protect their greatest asset, their home. By Phoenix Energy, True North, and New Phoenix Energy. Power partners on and off the court. Grab 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for just $5.50 at True North. Natural caffeine, zero sugar, and hydration to fuel you and keep you in the game. Stop by True North today. Fast, friendly, clean. And by Parrot Paddles. Visit their shop on site at Pickle in the Land or...
All right, our coverage continues. Huntington Convention Center, the place for this great tournament. People coming in, from all over. 675 competitors in this thing, from people in other states, people in other countries. We had a guy yesterday who was from Toronto. We had another competitor who lives now in Cleveland, but originally was from Australia. But we've seen all kinds. We've seen, tennis players, former tennis players, some people with no tennis background. Others that maybe they didn't play tennis, but others in their family did. That's the thing. You've got to be, you don't have to be athletic or amazing to play this, because it's a game that people want to encourage others to get out and play. But to get to this kind of level, you got to be pretty good. You got to be able to beat some people.
Yeah, absolutely. And these matches are fantastic, and these players are so good. So as they're warming up, Schwabb, I'm going to give you the first of the turns for the doubles, okay?
Okay.
So now, let's say the person on the right is going to serve. He has a right-handed partner. Both players are right-handed. But the person on the right has a better forehand than the person on the left, even though they're both right-handed. You always want a forehand in the middle, okay? So the person on the right serves the ball, and the person on the left is standing there. When the ball is returned to you, you got to make sure it bounces once. Then either one of you, where the ball comes to, will now take the third shot and drop it back over again. Now the person on the right will take a mass bolt 100 miles an hour to the kitchen line on the left, because that will expose his right hand to the middle. The person on the left, once it comes back and you return it, the person on the left will run after the person on the right bolts to the left kitchen line. The person on the left will then bolt to the right side and the kitchen line. Therefore, the person on the right who received the serve or who served has the better forehand. And that is the double bolt. The double slide is if you're on defense. They're serving to the person on the right who has the better forehand. So the person on the right returns the ball, but now the person who was standing on the left for the double bolt is now simply standing on the kitchen line on the right by the out of bound. And all he or she has to do is take a step in, and they're at that kitchen line that they would have bolted to if they were serving, because you have to wait for the ball to come over. Now, you say to me, what the heck did you just say? And that's the problem. A lot of people don't want to do that.
Got it. All right, so we're waiting on the particulars here of this team, and you can walk us through those things as they unfold here in the match as well.
Now, again, it only matters if one believes that they have a better forehand standing on the left than the person on the right. If they both are just equally as good, like the two kids who wiped the floor with me and Jack yesterday, it doesn't matter. They were both LeBron James. It didn't matter, okay? But if I see it, I'll point it out to you in the audience.
All right, great. Thank you much, partner. And there is a different element to serving as well.
Yes.
You might remember we talked about it a bit yesterday. There's an announcement of the score.
Yes.
We'll say in this case now, with Metz and Raboski on front. So they out in front, they will be.
So now the other team has it, so now it will be 0,
serving 1, but those are going to be an additional number. It'll be a 0, 1, 1.
First server. Now he didn't get it. Now 0, 1, 2. Second server. That's how it goes.
And it's not considered a side out until both, they've had basically a fault
on the other side
from each
player's on the other side.
Got it.
Except for when you start the game, the serving side only gets one serve. As long as they get points, if they don't get points, it goes to the side out to the other side.
And that's why there we did only see.
Yes, one person. See, now he gets to that line because his partner was already at the line. The idea is to get to that line as soon as possible.
All right, so one back of the line here, tied at 1.
See, now they go. See, up to the line. You serve it, you wait, they send it back, you return that, and then you both like a bat on hill to the kitchen. Bolt. The double bolt.
Run! Is there ever any issues of, say it's coming towards the middle, and there's I thought you were going to get it, I thought you were going to get it, and it cooks you?
I am so glad you asked that question. If anyone who is a pickleball fanatic or someone who wants to learn the game, they say, well, where's the most important place for me to hit the ball when I'm returning it over the net? It's a very simple answer. Right smack down. See the line right there in the middle between the two sides? That's where you want to hit the ball the other side as much as you can, because what will happen is you'll have two players and they both think the other one's going to get it. And it happens Schwabby over and over and over.
You want to induce communication errors, kind of.
Yes, you want to talk to each other. Like for me, I say you, me, got you. I will not say I got it. It is proven, Schwabby. 95% of the time when someone says, I got it, they hit it right into the net. It's a break. I swear to you. I swear to you. So you will see when somebody say, I got it, and then bam, right into the net. So I tell people, don't say the words, I got it. Say you, me, got you, got it, but don't say I got it. It just never works.
You're saying it creates a bad vibe and it leads to somebody driving it into the net.
Right, it's just something it does to the brain when you say those three words together. I got it. But the idea is to hit that ball right dead smack down the middle. It will leave both opponents standing there looking at each other like, I thought you had that.
That's where you almost, as I said, you want to induce communication problems with the other team also. Put them in a position. In baseball, we have this logic of make them make a play, and that applies really to every sport. But at that point, if you also not only make them make a play, but make them have to talk about every play, there's more probability of the talking becoming a bugaboo at some point.
People don't understand.
Oh, that was a big spike.
People don't understand is that you need to talk to each other because you don't know what each other is thinking. So just say it. Just say you. And then the other person knows he's taking the kill shot. See, he tries to hit it right down the middle. And see, and there you go. Looks like they're taking a timeout. So we talked about the double bolt. We talked about the double slide. Now, here's one more, which we'll talk about in a second. I'm going to see they take a timeout. There's one more called stacking. And stacking is more for a left-handed player and a right-handed player. I am a left-handed player. And therefore, there are times where there is no forehand in the middle. You always want a forehand in the middle. But if you have a lefty, there's a lot of righties who don't like playing with lefties. I'm a lefty. But I believe that lefty can be an asset to a righty, not a detriment. And therefore, the stacking comes into play when it comes to lefty-righty. And when we get a chance, I'll explain to you stacking because it's more for the lefty-righty than it is for righty-righty or lefty-lefty.
All right, so some of the nuts and bolts on this match. This is a men's match, clearly 4.5 to 4.99, which is it's right. It's about the highest, second highest match you can rating where you can get. Ages 35 to 39. Metz and Rabowski. Rabowski is the guy. If these help, that's the guy in the blue hat right there.
Okay.
So that's Rabowski. Metz is the guy next to him. Christopher and Brown right there.
Rabowski looks like his name fits him purposely. He looks like he's no nonsense. He's coming to kick your rear end.
He is another one of those that will not be. He will say I'm sorry, but he won't mean it.
Right.
You covered that ground yesterday.
He's the guy at the bar. He's had 4 beers. And sir, you can't have yours. What do you mean I can't? Give me another.
Oh, and here we go. It's this is another 1 game to 11. So not a best of 2. You still have to win by 2. You still have to win by 2 on the 11. So
it doesn't matter what number you play to, you got to win by 2.
So even though it says game to 11, it may be a game to 12, 13, or 14, depending on the other team's score. Right through the wickets.
That was a mini kitchen line battle play. See, that's when the ball never hits the ground. Everybody just, you know.
It's like a fast break in basketball when nobody dribbles. It's just get it down the floor, quick. Somebody lay it in. Yep.
Yes.
The Metz-Rabowski team. Separated here. Let's see if we get a run. Out of Brown and Christopher.
And that's the one. You do that so many times. Hit it right into that net.
It's short.
Starting to gator on him a little bit.
What does that mean?
Instead of a full swing, you kind of pull your arm in a little bit. And you're trying too hard. Instead of just take a full relaxed swing, you kind of gator on it a little bit.
Try to place it too much?
Yes. And you end up, play your natural game. Be loose. I play music all the time. One of the things that people love about me is I bring music to the party. So it's a pickleball party. And you're a lot loose when you're hearing your favorite songs on playing. But of course, in a tournament like this, you can't do that.
You're not going to do that.
Right. And so you can sing a song in your head, but that's about it. It's a fucking roll, you know.
Folks, he sings, he dances, he does it all. Marty Allen. He's got a mean soft shoe. I feel like
someone's going to make the mistake. That's the beauty of the kitchen line battle pattern. Somebody is going to make a mistake. It's better you than me.
Is there one of these that's easier to play, doubles or singles? Like somebody's watching this, or somebody is thinking about, I want to try
Easy
pickleball,
answer.
whatever?
Doubles by far.
Doubles is easier.
Absolutely. If you're playing singles, then the older people are not playing nearly as much as they would with doubles.
Is it strictly because you don't have to run around as much?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You don't have to. You got to cover that whole thing. And this is half, as we talked about yesterday. This is half the size of a tennis court.
Yeah.
So half the size of a pickleball court. That's 1/4 the size in a tennis court.
That's one. You could fit 4 pickleball courts on one tennis court. You
Yes,
could put
but that
2
would be
on
too
each
crowded.
half, but it would be crowded, right?
Much
but just
natural
like,
too.
If you're looking for the spatial reference here.
Yes.
You could put 2 of these on each half of a tennis court,
Yes.
meaning a total of 4 on a tennis court if you really wanted to. So yes, if you are patrolling 1 square,
Yes.
you're essentially watching like 1/16 of a tennis court.
Right.
I think. My math isn't that good, Marty. That's why I got into broadcasting.
And then, of course, my partner, like I said yesterday, he was 81. He is 81 years old, and he played in the tournament after we played 6 games in our corporate challenge tournament.
Madman.
Yes. And this is singles. For goodness sakes.
So it's Rabowski now serving, and they just need 1 point to put this thing
Pretty
away.
much it. Then they get it here.
The net.
That's the kitchen line battle paddle.
Yep.
When it's in the air. See? There you go. That was
There it is.
an Ernie. That was an Ernie.
All right, take us through it.
That was he basically jumped across the kitchen line to smack the ball on the other side inbounds.
Got it.
That's an Ernie.
That's what's called an Ernie. I'm sure we'll see a Bert before the day is over.
You don't see many birds,
We don't
but
see
you
many
do see a
birds.
lot of Ernies. Because a Bert, the person on the right has to come across the person on the left, and you don't want to disrespect your ball.
Gotcha. All right. So this one is in the books. The race to 11 is won by Metz and Rabowski. Our coverage of Pickle in the Land continues right after this on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Pickle in the Land, presented by Akron Children's Hospital. Don't let cold and flu season sideline your family plans. Akron Children's now offers a pediatric-only urgent care in Beechwood with no appointment required and availability on weekends as well. Visit akronchildrens.org/Beechwood to find the location and hours. Mark Schwabb, Marty Allen with you. Day 3 of Pickle in the Land on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Part of the Rock Entertainment Group. So they seem to be now in this process. We're waiting for the particulars on this match, where they're working out essentially the ball. This is what they're doing, right? We saw
Warming
some of
up.
this.
Yeah.
They're warming up, but also they were like testing a ball at one point. And then
Yes,
they go,
that's the first thing they'll do. When you, especially in tournaments, you will have both parties have to agree on the particular ball you're going to use for the match. And once that match starts, you cannot change the ball unless the other team says, yes, we can change the ball. But pretty much the rules are you have to use the same ball unless that ball cracks and it's unusable. And then both parties will have to agree to a new ball. And while they're warming up, Schwabby, we went through the double bolt. We went through the double slide. That's when you're dealing with two right-handed players or 2 left-handed players. But now it gets a little complicated when you have a left-handed player like myself and a right-handed player. So then you implement what is called stacking. So stacking is when, because with a left-handed player, if I'm on the left, I have no forehand in the middle. The right-handed player is on the right, he or she has no forehand in the middle. You never want no one with a forehand in the middle, then your opponents are just going to smack that ball down the middle consistently because neither one of you have a forehand in the middle. So what you do is, if the person on the right is serving, he's a right-handed player, he's on the right because the person on the right always serves first. So the person on the right serves. I am standing to the left, to the right of that player, even though I'm a left-handed player. He serves, He simply slides over to the left, and I just simply step into where he served the ball. Now I'm a left-handed person on the right with my forehand in the middle, and he is a right-handed player on the left with his forehand in the middle. And then that's where the communication comes in. You, me, got it, got you, pot out.
Pot out is a technical term in
Yes.
pickleball circles,
Yes.
isn't it? Yes.
Yes,
Of course.
It is the
Right.
It is the equivalent to when the guy hits the bottom of the ninth walk-off home run.
Yeah.
The sound of the bat when he hits that home run ball.
Oh, yeah.
The walk-off.
Yeah.
That is pot out in pickleball.
Yeah.
And
One
then,
of
of course,
those-
there's poaching. That's where the person on the right will sneak over and take the shot from the person on the left. Now, understand, that does not always go over well. I have a friend of mine who plays in our group, Cheryl Laubacher, and she's the Viper, nicknamed the Viper because she'll kill it, okay? I made a mistake and tried to poach on her one time, okay?
Uh-huh.
She yelled and screamed, "I got it!"
The Viper bit.
Oh, she was not happy. Don't ever take my ball again, mister. Okay? And I haven't. This happened like 6 years ago. I have never poached on her again. If it's coming to her, I let her take it. I leave it alone.
All right, so we're waiting on for these ladies to get started. This is a 4.5 to 4.99 match.
Ooh, this will be a good one.
And age bracket of 18 to 29 years old. This is a game of 1 to 15.
And I call them women because that's respectful. But apparently, the ladies like to be called the girlies in pickleball.
Girlies?
Right. Now, I thought
Not
it was
girls,
just,
girlies.
Right,
There
the
is a
girlies.
differentiation.
Yeah, yeah. They're called, and apparently that's acceptable. They like to be called the girlies. But for me, I'm a more respectful, so I say women, you know. But either way, the women and the girlies get it in.
All right. Hey, I want to tell you about True North convenience stores. They keep your day moving fast. And the True Rewards app is your ultimate pickleball partner, serving up deals, rewards, and fuel savings. Sign up to score instant access to member-only offers, coupons, and stackable fuel savings at the pump. Track your club status, find the nearest True North store, and unlock exclusive rewards, all from the same winning app. Plus, save big with their daily fuel discount. Download the True Rewards app from your favorite app store. True North stores and True Rewards. Fast, friendly, clean.
And I heard the word stackable in there, too.
I was going to say that is a term. That it's a pickleball term. So it's funny you mentioned they like to be called the girlies. There actually is. Some people get mixed up on this with high school sports. It is boys and girls. And as soon as you get to any kind of college or certainly this type of level, that's when it shifts to men and women.
Yes.
NCAA college is always men and women. High school is always boys and girls. So the default language there would be certainly women. But
Right.
they, you know,
And again,
if
it's
that
because
fit-
me.
it's an informal thing. If they like the girly thing, that's another way to say it. So this is Wensink and Hollerbeck
Let's get it
against Hurt and Burkhardt.
Ooh.
All of these ladies are local here to Northeast Ohio. One team is from Hurt and Burkhardt are from Cuyahoga Falls and Chagrin Falls.
And as
Wensink and Hollerback both from Independence. Go ahead.
as we're playing, I'll tell the audience the best places again to hit the ball, the best strategy for hitting the ball, and where to hit it to make your opponent the most uncomfortable. Boy, she hits it.
Stay in. That stayed in.
She hit it right to the middle. That's the sweet spot. If anybody wants to know where to hit that ball, right to the middle, between the two opponents.
Side out now. Hurt and Burkhardt will take over, trailing 1-0. Hurt here serving. She's the one. She was serving, and now it moves over to Burkhardt. And the side out, just like that. Linsick and Hollerbeck get it back, and they'll try to expand the lead.
And by the way, women hit just as hard as men, if sometimes harder. It's hard to believe, but we have a player, Tammy Toburin.
That was a great return, by the way.
Yeah.
She just tucked that thing in the line.
Yeah, she hits hard. Women hit really hard and competitive.
That was in. She ducked. That's the old gamble. I'm not going to take a swipe. I think it's too deep. But it turned into a point for Winsick and Hollerbeck.
For players like myself, I never let a ball go. I'm going to windmill it or I'm going to hit it back.
Just inside. That's perfect placement.
It's beautiful.
This is Winsick serving. By the way. Side out. It holds 3-0, and now Burkhardt take over. Hurt the first save, the serve here.
She seems to like the drop serve.
That was a power smash. Yep.
Women are just competitive. The games are just fantastic. We have a women's league going on now with the group that I play with. It's unbelievable. I wonder if they're saying that her paddle hit the ground when she returned it, so it was over before the other player smashed it.
Okay. Burkhardt gets their first point of the match here. And this is Burkhardt serving. That was out. It's a point. Cuts it to 3-2.
And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but you switch sides at 6. Whichever person gets to 6 first, then you switch sides.
What's the point of that?
Again, I think I mentioned it yesterday.
I mean, you did mention, like, if you're playing outside, the sun,
Yes,
the wind, but in this environment, what?
It doesn't matter. It's the same rules apply.
All right.
As if you're playing football in an indoor stadium or covered, you know. The same rules.
So 4-1, Winsick, Hollerbeck in front, and looking to add on here after that point. That's out, and that'll go to 5-2. And again, if you can hear the call of the score before, oh, that's great. Before each serve, they announce the point. You know, it's 5-2, but there's an additional number here, 5-2-1 or 5-2-2.
Absolutely.
As you rotate through both teammates that have to serve, and now they should be on to 5-2-2, and now it's the side out. You got to rotate through 2 people serving before you can get the ball, get possession back to the other team.
I'm going to have you on the court before you know it.
You do not want to see that, my man. There's a reason. At a very young age, I decided if I was going to be involved in sports, it better be behind a camera or a microphone and not on a field or court. There's your battle paddle.
There it is. The paddle, the kitchen line battle paddle.
So 5-3 now.
Now see how they're standing on the same side.
Yep.
Even they're both righties. But if you do switch sides, by rule, you have to go back to the original side you served from or been served to when that point is over.
Look at that. That's 5-4 now. Burkhardt serving. Out, side out. Winsick Hollerbeck takes back possession. This is Hollerbeck starting him off here, so 5-4-1. Into the net. Now shifts to a Wensick serve.
Nice drop. Well, so they're not going to switch. It's probably because it's tournament ball.
Yeah, you're right. They are not switching. Okay. And that's not that long of a pause in the action.
No, no.
Side
Again,
out.
some people are suspicious, and they feel like, you know, they're on the wrong side.
Superstitious, you mean?
Yeah. What did I say?
You said suspicious.
Suspicious.
Give me something nefarious play here.
Something's going on here.
And it now shifts to a Burkhardt serve. No, it's hurt. Yeah, it is Burkhardt. They do the cheers with the paddle before each. I like that.
The touching paddle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Basically,
customary.
It's basically just like a cheers.
And then at the end of the game is the same thing. Good game, and you touch paddles. And not touching paddles means
I don't
you're
like
a bad
you.
sport.
That would be nefarious. Kind of.
That's a dunking at the end of the game when you're up by 20 and you steal the ball with 5 seconds to go and you go down and you dunk.
Yeah.
The other team doesn't like that.
Okay.
You see, you're already winning by 20. Why are you going to dunk? That is not touching the paddle. You're a poor sport.
Side out. Goes back to Burkhardt. Hurt serving here.
Must have been long on the serve.
1 game to 15, as we got noted up there on the graphic.
Ooh.
Too strong.
And as you can see, Hurt and Burkhardt are not switching, whereas the other team are.
Wensick Hollerbeck.
Yeah, Wensick Hollerbeck. They switch. As you can see, they'll be on one side and then the other person's back. If they want the right person with the forehand in the middle.
Ball just got it past her. That's great placement. Burkhardt with the return there. And now gets to a Hollerbeck serve. Into the net, they get a point, and it's 7-5. We have not had, so far in this contest, a big run.
Right.
It's been one of these where it's been...
When you get to a level like this, when you get to players, you know, between 4 and 5.0 players, they don't make a lot of unforced errors. So the points don't go as fast. It's more competitive. It's like somebody's taking a time out.
They called it as 1 minute, so a brief respite. This is the first full match we've had.
One of the things that I didn't get, one of the things I didn't get into yesterday is the meatball to your partner is not favorable. Both players are at the kitchen line in the balance, and then you make a mistake and throw up a meatball. And right in front of your partner on the opposite side. That person is going to drill you in the chest, in the cojones, someplace not nice. You don't want that to happen.
They have traded sides now.
With the naughty trade, okay.
Perhaps on a game of 15, they swap at 7. On a game of 11, they
I thought this was a game of 11.
Okay,
there you go.
there you go.
This is a game of 15. So, yeah, they do switch midway through at 7, first to 7.
So now Wensick Hollerbeck. This is Hollerbeck serving. They're on the with their backs to us here.
And you'd be surprised that just changing sides can change the game.
I could, yeah, I
don't
can
know
see
why
that.
it is. It's the same as saying I got it and you're hitting it into the net. Get a fresh scenery, a new perspective. There could be a light somewhere in your eye when you're returning the ball. It happens, trust me. And so that it's bothering you, but you don't notice it until you get on the other side. You go, geez, I can see so much better.
Or it could be, you know, over here, just from this perspective, you look behind Wensick Hollerbeck. Now there's a whole other match going on behind him. And you look behind them, there's a wall.
Right.
You'd probably be rather looking at the wall.
Yes. Yes, because
nobody's going to make.
On.
I'm not going to say that's the reason things have shaken out. Nobody's going to make that excuse, but think of it as, you know, a batter's eye in a baseball sense. Would you rather have a clear view or a bunch of other stuff going on behind the action? 9-5, Wensick Hollerbeck again, a race to 15 here in one game. And Hollerbeck on the serve. Burkhart there to return.
Nice.
Just put it right through him and just
right to the middle.
Just enough to get it past him, and also not enough to drive it out of the court.
Absolutely. A little bit of kitchen line battle paddle. Good lead.
Now it's 9-7, and they're starting to cut into this.
Now she must have the better forehand. Now see how she slid over the doubles? She slid over to the left. But she must have the better forehand. So you want her forehand in the middle.
Side out now. Hollerbeck serving. Oh, it felt like she was flirting with disaster the way she was returning that, and eventually, yep. It is 9-7-2, and that is quickly shot back into the net, and we'll go to 10-7.
You don't want to do that. Quickest way to lose a game in a match. Unforced errors.
And it's 11-7, and now they're... If you're up 4, when it's 6-2 or 5-1, it's not as big of a deal. But when you're up 4 and it's 11-7, you can start to smell blood in the water, so to speak. You can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
And the body motion. The body language. You can just see it.
That was a great return there by Wensick.
She's feeling it. Ooh, that was the ATP, I believe.
Around the poles.
Yes.
12-7. A couple of great plays there. The one to finish, you just saw there in Wensick, a phenomenal return serve where she had to go off, not a return serve, but a return shot. She had to go off the court. Got back into play. And now Burkhart, they need to make hay here in a hurry.
They've got to start it now if they want to come back.
Burkhart returning, they're putting it in.
Paddle battle, baby.
Paddle battle.
Paddle battle. Kitchen line paddle battle. Nothing like it.
I had heard stories of examples where you're near that kitchen line and in a good volley where somebody might be right up to the line and they lean and they return it, and they might be actually starting to fall into the kitchen, which is a violation.
Right.
But your teammate can actually grab and pull you back.
Yes.
Now, I don't think we'll see that in these games because I think these players are too good to probably fall into that type of thing. We haven't seen that yet, but it is legal. If you are on that line and you're falling in, your buddy can grab you and say, hey, get back here.
Right. And remember I told you yesterday your paddle cannot fall into the kitchen. Well, guess what? If you're wearing a cap, a ball cap, your ball cap falls off at the end of a point into the kitchen. Same thing as the paddle.
Same thing as the paddle.
That's why I don't wear ball caps unless I have to.
Out of bounds. 14-8, game point here for Wensick and Hollerbach. And this is still the one. So
Of course, she's hitting
move it out, and that is the game. Wensick and Hollerbach pull this one out 15-8 over Hurt Burkhardt. And we said, you know, kind of in the middle of this thing, we hadn't seen anyone go on a real good run. And about at the time we said that Wensick and Hollerbach went on a really good run.
That's what they did. They went on a very big run. And again, you can just see the body language of your opponent. You can tell. You can look in their eyes. Their shoulders start to droop. You can tell they don't look confident anymore. And one of the best tells are their balls go long.
Yep.
Their balls go more and more balls. Your opponent's balls keep going into the net. And that's when you know you got them. That's when you say, okay, it's wounded wildebeest time. It's dinner time.
All right, wounded wildebeest. Pickleball terms are coming in hot and heavy. All right, our coverage continues. Pickle in the Land, presented by Akron Children's Hospital. Stick around. Hey, at Parrot Paddles, we take pride in offering the widest variety of designs in the market, but our focus goes beyond aesthetics. Our paddles and accessories are held to the highest standards of quality. Whether you're playing for fun with family and friends or competing seriously, Parrot will meet your needs and reflect your personality both on and off the court. Visit the shop on site at Pickle in the Land or head to parrotpaddles.com to get the highest quality licensed paddles and accessories for your favorite NFL, NHL, and college sports brands. Mark Schwabb, Marty Allen back with you. Pickle in the Land continues from the Huntington Convention Center in Cleveland, Ohio. We are looking at a gold medal match here. It is a best of 3 now to 11. It's Metz and Rabowski. We saw these two guys earlier in the hour taking on Dos Santos and, oh, I'm going to try not to mess this one up, Serapiglia. There we go.
It sounds like a delicious bacon sandwich.
Well, Dos Santos, originally from Brazil, is now from North Canton. And Serapiglia.
I'm going to try to keep my professionalism here.
Go for it. He is an East Lake native, home of the Rangers. So they will go through the warm-up phase here.
And as they're warming up,
gold medal match again. Go ahead.
And Sean, we were talking yesterday about the best places to hit the ball. The number one choice is right down the middle. But when you're playing against an opponent, so let's say your opponent is a right-handed player. When you're at the kitchen line, especially with doubles, you want to hit the ball to the person's off foot.
Okay.
If he's right-handed, you want to consistently hit the ball to that player's left foot. Because now they got to come, they're a right-handed player. You're hitting it to the left foot. They got to come across, and they got to consistently hit it back over.
Right.
So you keep them disadvantaged. They have to make perfect drops back over the net.
Like in football, you hear a quarterback throwing against his body.
Yes.
You have to completely reset everything and recalibrate in an awkward position.
And even
deliver
better
a
one,
good thing.
The other one, the back shoulder. The back shoulder throw in football.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're taking it so that the defender is on the opposite side. He can't get to it, but you can.
All right, I want to mention this will be our Ohio Basement Authority match of the day. Today's match of the day presented by Ohio Basement Authority, Cleveland's premier foundation repair, basement waterproofing, and basement finishing company. They are there to help homeowners protect their greatest asset, their home.
So people, when you're trying to do that, the first place you want to hit the ball when you're returning it is straight down the middle. The second place is to the opponent's opposite foot of their power hand. So look what hand they have the racket in. When you're competing with your opponent at the kitchen line, keep dropping or dinking the ball to his or her left foot if they're a right-handed player. If they're a left-handed player, you want to consistently drop it to that player's right foot. It makes it that much more difficult to make a return. And you have to make a perfect return on a backhand to get it back over the net. And sooner or later, you're going to make a mistake. And you know what that means. Pow!
Ta-da! As they work through the warm-up phase here. Is there like a designated time they're allowed to do this, or is this just you kind of go to both guys or everybody's ready?
I think the referees make all the rules. It's just like in football, basketball, and everything else. They'll say, okay, 5 minutes. And so you warm up for 5 minutes. Okay, 1 minute. You warm up for 1 minute. Okay, ready. Players are ready. And trust me, the referees have full control over these matches. So that's what you do. They give you a lot of time. And when you saw those players earlier talking with the officials, that's what they were talking about. How long do we get to warm up? What type of ball are we going to use? Because there's the official ball of Pickle in the land in the tournament, and then there's different balls. So there's a lot of stuff you go through to get ready to play.
All right, so that is Metz. It is Steven Metz and Justin Rabowski. That is on the team you see here on the screen now. Metz is the blue hat, Rabowski serving. And across the way,
He gave it on
Dos Santos
right off the bench.
with the pink shoes, and Sarah Pigley has got the tan shorts on. So that's how we walk through those identifiers.
Sarah Pigley.
One thing I did want to ask you, because we did talk about now that you have to go through both players serving, right, before there's a side out. But on the first one,
yeah, the first team that serves,
they only get one server. So
but you can keep going until as long as you're scoring points.
It's a make and take it type
but
of thing.
But the second person doesn't get the serve.
But I heard that was because they thought somebody could get too much of an advantage, like jumping on a team.
Well,
I didn't understand why all of a sudden you could. What's the advantage? Why are they making people do that?
Okay, and the other thing is you before I get to that, you volley to see who serves first.
Oh.
And a lot of times that is just as important, because if you get on a run, and even though you're only going to get the first server to be able to start the game with, you can rack up 7-8 points and be up 8-0. It's like on the kickoff in football. You defer. Sometimes remember, it used to be when you won the coin toss, you always took the ball.
Yep.
But in the last, 8 years or something like that, all of a sudden they defer. When we first saw it defer, we said, are you crazy? And now you understand, because then you're going to get the ball in the second half. So I'm not sure I answered the question, but
I got you.
You volley for the serve, and then you go from there. But the team that serves first, as a disadvantage, they only get the first person to be the server as long as they're making points.
So Metz Rabowski, they played very well in the match to get here. We did not see what Dos Santos and Sarah Piglia did in their match to get here. But so far, Metz Rabowski.
Now he reloaded, but it's too long.
That was too long. Okay.
Just
3-2-1. Metz serving here. That's out. Too strong. And now it should shift to a Rabowski serve. Yep.
And as you can see, the way they're holding their paddle, again, the best way to hold it, once you get to the kitchen line, bring it into the chest and be ready to go, because now you can pop it to the left, you can pop it to the middle, you can pop it to the right, you can pop a lob when you have it to your chest. But when your arm extended, sometimes, Schwabb, that ball comes too fast for you to be able to take a full swing. But if you got it to your chest, it's just a little pop, pop, no matter where you want to go.
It's like a jab, essentially,
Yes,
in boxing.
yes, yes.
Quick and deliberate.
Yeah, ask Jimmy Hamulak, one of our regular players. He's 77 years old, but he's a former boxer. So everything pickleball paddle battle, he beats you every time.
He'll get you every time.
Every time.
So one thing I've noticed here when Hrabowski is serving, Metz is very far back. Like sometimes he's been off the screen.
Okay, I'll tell you.
But I don't remember anyone else doing that in the coverage we've had.
Yeah, with singles, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But with doubles, it does. What happens is you're so excited to start the point. If you stand close to the kitchen line on the serve, your natural instinct is to take a step forward to get ready for battle. But the other players know you got to wait for it to bounce one time coming back. And I've done it so many times, they have coined the phrase doing a Marty. Okay? Because my partner serves or I serve.
And you're ready to
go. And then I step up and I'm stepping over the kitchen line. And they know, the opponent knows to smack it back, all the way back to the kitchen line where I'm standing, and I can't hit it because I got to let it bounce once. And I forget. And they call it
doing a Marty.
In 8 years, it's the one thing I have not mastered yet. Every now and then, I'll do a Marty.
Don't pull a Marty, folks. Important safety tip at home.
So the point is, take an extra step back so that when you do serve, you take that big step forward, but now you're still standing behind the kitchen.
Now you're still
and you don't get caught doing a Marty.
Just an adrenaline thing, really.
Yes, that's totally what it is.
I can relate to that, yeah.
And good professional players will look at me as like, what are you doing? And it's like, oh. And sometimes you do it at the wrong time of the game.
5-3, Metz Hrabowski with the serve and the lead and looking to add
laid
on
it up
here.
too loud.
Did that stay in? That did stay in. Great return volley.
And you saw that, right? It was meatball tripping with marinara. A right-handed player with a meatball to his right-hand side. Pow!
Pow!
Done.
Hashtag pow! Net, and now
a lot of times the worst thing you can do is hit that meatball up to the person to your partner's side, and your partner's going to get you there.
That's the second server of this game. Where did that go? Is that side out? It was a side out. Okay.
A lot of net balls. Not good.
Santos put it into the net there. Sir Pickle will try to get things. Oh, wait. What did they call here? Didn't he serve first? I could have missed it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
All right, it was a side out there. Apologies, folks. Hrabowski puts it in play, and they're going to try to extend this lead, and they just did.
Unforced errors will kill you. Will kill you.
You know, it's funny. We talked a lot about those yesterday. I don't feel like we have talked as much about them today, which means more of the errors have been forced.
Right. See, now a good lob. There you to the men's room.
Nearly got fancy.
And that's the thing. That was one of the ones we hadn't talked about. You can drop or dink back with your opponent over and over and over and over. And you notice that they're just as good as you. You pop a lob on them and make them go back to get it. And that's what he did. He popped a lob over the person he was dropping with. Now that person has to turn around and run like a bat out of you-know-what to get the ball and get it back. Which gives you time to get back to the kitchen line in position to continue the battle. Some teams, one person will lob and the other person will re-lob. Each person trying to give themselves the advantage to get back to the line and continue being ready for battle with their doubles partner. Way
Too
long.
strong.
That's the other thing.
Somebody, I would think somebody might look at that and say, well, why did he hit that so hard? He was obviously trying to angle that down.
Right. But
Didn't get enough of angle down on the paddle.
See, he did it again. But you can see there are sweet spots, Lobby.
In the lobby.
Sweet spots, Schwabby. And sometimes your paddle just hits the ball with a sweet spot. And it goes flying. Or, like I said yesterday, the tip of the racket. As you're going to swing, it hits the tip of your racket and it just sends it flying.
Never land.
Yeah. Nice. Paddle battle.
There it
you
is.
go.
And Santos and Sarah Pigley team gets the point they needed. They've been hanging around in this. They have not really been able to get a lead here. Let's see if they can continue this. So Santos serving.
Ooh.
Power out and we're even at 6.
Yeah, that seems to be his strategy, to continue lobbing on his opponent. Oh. That's the one where we say it was looking too delicious. And you hit it right into the net. That's
That
what it does.
tip of the paddle, right? That's exactly. It
lob will
looked
do
like
that.
your favorite marinara meatball ready to crush.
Yep.
And then you drop the fork.
You simply either whip at it, it'll go sideways, it'll go long. The lob, if you do it effectively, can be a very important tool in your game.
Big smash, power play down there.
But if you hit it too low on that lob, if you don't lob it enough,
Right.
pow, which is what happened on the return.
So 10-7. Now Mets Rabowski, as they do have the serve. 10-8. This is to 11, a best of 3. You have to win each one by 2. So if this were 10-10, you don't win at 11-10. You got to win by 2. But they are positioned here. But now Dos Santos and Sarah Pigley get a stop they needed, and now need to make hay.
That one was long.
I thought that was long as well.
I think the ref missed that one. Whoa. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Straight out Mets. Visibly frustrated with that return. And now it is 10-9. And Dos Santos, the first server of this team, so they could got a chance here to get some things going. Oh, and just like that, they tap it out of bounds. Sir Pigley will take over on the serve, and it's 9-10-2. Big smash return by Rabowski.
And you saw
Get
that player
possession
poached.
back.
He poached because he saw his partner was back getting the lob. So when they hit it back, he poached over to his other partner's space and returned the ball and got the point. Ooh, he tried to do it, Ernie. He tried to Ernie.
And they take the first game there. Mets Rabowski wins it 11-9. This is where they will now swap sides the court. In the other game, if it's a game of 1, they trade spots in the middle of the game. Here, they will do it after the first set, and they will change positions.
And it
after
might
each
only
set.
be like 60 seconds.
Might be a quick one. We are going to step away as well. Coverage of Pickle in the Land continues right after this on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Pickle in the Land continues on the Rock. Ohio Basement Authority. They take pride in providing their customers with the best possible solutions for each and every basement and foundation problem. From waterproofing to repair to concrete leveling and finishing, Ohio Basement Repair is the team you want. Their authority, Ohio Basement Authority has specialized in helping homeowners have peace of mind knowing their homes are stable and dry. Visit ohiobasementauthority.com for a free inspection today. Schwabb, Marty, Allen with you. They have already picked up the second set of the Mets Hrabowski versus Dos Santos and Serpiglia game. The two teams have switched sides. And we'll get a current score for you up there as soon as we can. This is Mets serving. Dos Santos and Serpiglia leading this one 1-0 with the possession. Too strong? No, yes. Yes, it was. And it's now 2-0, and the ball, somebody's going to take a walk.
Yeah, Mets and Hrabowski are kind of like getting a little discombobulated. They got to get back, get locked in to make this a match. You don't want to start getting the drooping shoulders and the gator arms. That's just going to add to your misery.
Too long there on the return by Dos Santos. And now possession changes over to Mets Hrabowski, and Hrabowski will serve.
Good.
This is a gold medal match. I want to re-emphasize that. Men's 4.5 to 4.99, the age 35 to 39 bracket.
He started the kitchen line battle paddle, and he lost the kitchen line battle paddle into the net.
Paddle battle or battle paddle?
Paddle battle.
Paddle battle. Don't call it a racket. The Mets Hrabowski on the board for the first time in this set. And now they've evened it at 2. They're going to try to get on a run here. We'll see what happens.
Ooh, no,
very well placed.
Another early.
I was going to say that looked like exactly the play you had described. The leap and basically jump and fire.
No part of your feet can touch any part of the kitchen line. You jump. Now see, he was out of position, so he lobbed so he can get himself back to the kitchen line and ready for more battle. Yeah, that's an earning. Oh, actually, that looks like an earning hit around the pole, but I think that's an earning because he jumped outside of the kitchen line.
And if that's a move, if you want to make that, that is a split-second decision, right?
Yeah, and it drives everybody in the arena crazy who's watching. You know, because it's such a sweet shot, you know. But it takes precision. See, a big dude like me, I ain't jumping out that kitchen line trying to get an Ernie. A Bernie, a Erd, what ATP, you know?
5-2 Mets Hrabowski here as they've opened up a little bit of a lead. They were trailing 2-0, and this is the first run we've had here. Ooh, that's a great return.
Oh,
into the net.
The one that was looking too delicious.
He wanted that one back.
The simple shot winner, and that's what happens. Metz and Habalski got the group back really quick on game number 2. Down, but now they're on top. He did it
Paddle
again.
battle, yep.
He did it again. He had the easy shot. It was looking so delicious, and then he just drove it right into the net. Now he's doing. Now the other partner
And now
did something.
Get a point out of that. It's 5-4. They get a little closer. Whoa!
Nice lead. You'll be playing and a partner, and because you're so into the game, a ball will come for you like that one did, and your partner go leave it, and you split second. You have to put your paddle down because you're in battle. You're ready to hit it. And your paddle, no, leave it, and then you let it go.
Quick pullback.
And sometimes you're not quick enough, and the ball will hit your paddle as you're pulling it back. Like former Cavaliers great Jim Jones always says, this game is deep, man.
The game is deep. No, it's like any other game, any other sport. There's a lot of nuance.
Yes.
It's a lot of little details. And
Yes.
as really with not only from any sport, but anything in life, from the little things, the big things come.
Absolutely.
If you don't take care of the little things at every moment along the way, you're going to have a bad experience.
Ooh, man. See, now they're keeping them back as long as possible. As long as they're back there, the opponent is going to continue to hit the shots back there.
It's hard to be the aggressor when you're back there.
Your idea, though, at the end of the point is to get to that kitchen line.
Santos and Serpiglia have got their second lead of this set. They led up to 2-0, and now they're 6-5. That's Hrabowski trying to recapture the lead. They could win this match here. It's a gold medal match. Best of 3, and they took the first one. This is Metz serving. Great return, and Metz into the boards.
Whoa.
That's the first time we've seen in 2 days of what we've done here on the Rock, anyone go into the board.
Take a tumble?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, we have another player that we play with named Frank Santorbi, and he's the killer because he'll take out a whole net diving for a ball, and has in numerous occasions.
The nicknames you've given to the people you play with that I've heard are Killer and Viper.
I
don't know who you play with, but these folks do not mess around, Marty.
Listen, I am known for giving everybody a nickname. Jack, who played with me yesterday, Jack Bethlehem Falvey, his real name is Julius Bethlehem Falvey. It's real simple, Dr. J.
Dr. J.
You know.
Doesn't sound nearly as threatening as Viper or Killer, but you know, it's still got a lot of cool factor for obvious reasons.
Jimmy Hamulak it loves to gamble. We call him Jimmy the Gambler. We got Quiet Mike's. He doesn't speak well, but he kills the ball. Quiet Bill, rather. The Silver Fox is another Bill, right here. We have so many names.
Okay, this thing has kind of got hung up in the mud here a little bit. It's been 6-5 for a little while. Nobody's been able to tack on a point. A lot of side outs.
Whoa.
That's just a great return by Serapiglia. Smack that thing down.
And as I always say, you're always waiting on that meatball dripping with marinara up in the air. Kill it! Pot out!
That's the pull it back. He came across the court and then pulled the racket back at the last moment.
Now, see me, I'm 65. I ain't that quick. I would have been swinging. Paddle back.
Big smash. Santos had it, powered it down. It was returned.
Look at this.
There's some good paddle battle. Into the net from Dos Santos.
Outstanding. That's good stuff.
And now Metz Rabowski will take possession.
Yep. Paddle battle.
And
Baby.
Dos Santos is really working that left sideline there, that boundary. That he wanted that area.
You remember the lady yesterday? She kept hitting to the left.
Yep.
A dozen times. That was her. That's where the money is. And you see why he's doing it? Because his opponent is a lefty.
Oh wow, what a return!
His opponent is a lefty. That's why he keeps hitting it on the left.
Right, you got to come across the body.
There you go.
And we've seen them every time when he does that, come back with the double
right. And you
hand action on the paddle.
You can't do that consistently. At some point, you're going to hit it wrong. And that's why he's hammering him on that left side, the left-handed player to the left side.
I thought that was too strong, but it looks like it may have stayed in. Oh,
No,
right.
that was long.
That was long. Okay.
Well,
They did the. Mets didn't get enough on that one. So now it's 9-6. Dos Santos Serapiglia threatening here to even this at one aside in the best-of-3 gold medal match.
What happened there?
I'm not sure, but we got the official onto the court and pointing something out. Oh, that was a wicked smash. And so Dos Santos Serapiglia even this at one apiece in the best-of-3. And they will trade sides of the court again. We will step away as well. The conclusion of this gold medal match. Straight ahead, Pickle in the Land continues right after this. Pickle in the Land presented by Akron Children's Hospital. If an injury sidelines your athlete, trust the sports health experts at Akron Children's. Their team includes sports medicine providers, orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and athletic trainers. Learn how Akron Children's can provide all-star care for your athlete at akronchildrens.org/sportshealth. Schwabb, Marty Allen, back with you. Pickle in the Land continues. In the Huntington Convention Center in downtown Cleveland, Metz Rabowski has jumped in front 1-0 in this third and deciding set of the gold medal match we're watching here.
It's funny how sometimes when a player is going to call out, it's so boisterous that sometimes it'll scare the crap out of you, you know. Leave it. No.
Well, you have to. You got to make your point.
Yes.
You got to make it quickly.
You're in the heat of battle.
And you got to be heard.
Yes. You're exactly right. But still scares the crap out of you.
Well, things happen.
Right to the middle.
Right,
like I said.
Yep.
First chance you get, right to the middle.
I'll tell you what, when this match, this best of 3 started, Mets Hrabowski obviously took control of this by winning the first game, but they were ahead most of that first, I should say set, not game. They took control of it. But since then, I mean, we saw a burst from, you know, the Santos Serapiglia there at the end.
Yeah, it looks like it's
And
been evenly matched.
It was
since
kind
then.
of the first run we had, and this is like the second, maybe mini run we've had here with it being 4-0.
And
But
both,
there hadn't been a lot in this game.
yeah, both teams will have made their adjustments for this third and final game to win the championship. Both are playing very well. There you go. Left it up a little too high.
Yep.
Meatball, marinara, sauce.
So it's 4-1. Dos Santos Serapiglia getting on the board here. And Hrabowski hungry for that paddle battle. He's right there. That's a big smash. Great return from Serapiglia.
See, now they're trying to get themselves back to the kitchen line. Very nice.
That was off the back line. No, it was not. Okay, that was in. So it's 4-2 now. They've added on. It is hard to tell sometimes through that net
Right.
which side of the line that went on. And they've rattled off a couple here. So that's 4-3.
This looks like a game of runs, this one. One team goes about 3 or 4 points. The other team does about 3 or 4 points. Who will make the least amount of unforced errors, Schwabb? That's who'll win the game. And it's usually that way always. Who makes the least amount of unforced errors? I called that. I called it out. A serve. That's a big no-no.
So Mets Hrabowski takes possession of it here. Mets serving. And we got a pause here in the action.
Oh, they're announcing him to the audience.
I guess there seems to be some
arena.
recognition there.
Yeah.
Look at Mets in the background. Hey, can we play here? I'm working here. I'm working.
And that's what you don't want. You don't want to lose your rhythm. You
I
didn't want
was
that.
gonna say that didn't feel like either one really wanted that. Let's just play here.
Like freezing the kicker.
Oh, that's great work. Tied at 5 now. It's 6-5. And they will switch sides.
Sometimes you get so upset with yourself because you get all these unbelievable shots that you are returning, and then you get the easiest one. You just need to hit it nicely, softly over the net, demoralizer, drop, anything, kill shot, and you hit it right into the net. There is no worse feeling.
I want to remind you, this is our Ohio Basement Authority match of the day. Cleveland's premier foundation repair, basement waterproofing, and basement finishing company. We're here to help homeowners protect their greatest asset, their home. You know, you mentioned that you're doing all that great stuff, and then you miss the easy one. It reminds me of in baseball when a guy is just fouling off all the breaking balls and all the stuff in the dirt, and then he looks at a fastball right down the slot.
Right.
Or he just cuts and misses on one that he should have clobbered.
Yeah.
And you're like, you do all of that work, and then you drop the ball at the end.
Exactly right.
Now, it's a couple of times
Yeah,
we've
he
seen
did that.
Grabowski, drop to that.
He's trying to catch that corner, but he's just hitting it too wide.
The net. Junior serve now.
This one looks like it's going to go right down to the wire for this championship.
Remember, you got to win it by 2.
The other thing is when he lobbed just now, you're supposed to run to the kitchen line. That's the reason you lob, to give yourself time to get up to the kitchen line.
Get another look. That was.
See?
Oh, that
but they're
was
still
close.
standing back there. See them?
Yep.
They never moved up. You got it. That's the reason you do a lob. To give yourself time to get back up to the kitchen line to continue more battling.
I feel like one of the hard parts of learning to play this game
Yeah.
would be when you're at the kitchen line, you might just be really terrible at returning these serves. Like with novice players, is it you never get a paddle battle because one just fires it past the other and you can't really respond?
In doubles, there's usually, for the most part, there's a paddle battle. Not all the time because it's more dropping or dinking. But like I said, every now and then you'll get into a paddle battle. But except for the professionals, then there's paddle battles all the time.
That's all right.
All the time.
Mets serving now. They're in front 7-5. And Grabowski puts it into the net. And they get a side out of it. And this was 4-0 Dos Santos Serpiglia. So we're on a 7-1 run for Mets Grabowski to get back into this and now take a lead by 2.
And now you can see a little fatigue setting in because now a lot more balls are going into the net by both sides.
Well, I don't know if he needed to return that one. Dos Santos might not have needed to return that one. It looked like it was going past him, but he put it back into play. Turns into a point eventually for Mets Grabowski. Grabowski puts it into play.
He almost poached.
Mets will now take the serve.
Too many into the net. Too many unforced errors.
Too many into the net, and now Dos Santos Serpiglia, they take possession, and they're going to try to cut into this lead. That felt like a missed opportunity. That's a very short possession.
Yes.
And just like that, another one
Into the net.
to the net.
They're getting tired. Their arms are starting to get heavy. Gator arms are starting to step in.
That's a nice return from Grabowski. And they're going to get possession back here. They need 11 to win. Gold medal match here. There are moments in these games I've noticed where outside of like you get the power, the power smashes and the kind of the, but there's other times it looks very nonchalant.
Yes.
It's a very
Because you're confident in your game, and you're at the part of the game where you gotta get that ball back over the net. You have to. So you take your time, just get it over the net. Give yourself a 50-50 chance to win the point. Unforced error, you got no chance.
9-5 Mets Grabowski in front. 2 more points to win this. And then I guess we have a timeout here.
It looks like a timeout. Talking strategy for the final push.
All right, that gives us a chance to tell you about the True North convenience stores and new Phoenix Energy. They are an energy duo on and off the court, only at True North stores. Grab 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for just $5.50. Packed with natural caffeine, 0 sugar, and hydration that keeps you in the game. Phoenix Energy fuels your rise. Swing by True North stores and pay only $5.50 when you buy 2 Phoenix Energy drinks. True North convenience stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
A lot of times when you're at match point, you give them your best stuff. You're feeling it. You want to get this over with. That's a nice placement.
And they get possession back that they badly needed. Dos Santos or Pickle, they need to put together a run here. That'll help. Now 10-6. And 7. Oh, did that make it
that
over?
was in.
That was in, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Second serve.
A change of serve now, Dos Santos.
Now you got 7.
And now you got your 7.
And it's always that one point. The last point is always the most difficult, Schwabb, to get. Yep, now they get the serve back.
They got 2 points there. They needed more.
Yeah, this is when I turn to my partner. It's like, they don't get it back. Let's end this. See, we're taking the time.
Lob smash. That's a point and a winner. And Metz Rabowski
The wrong
takes
time.
the gold medal match. That's the first time we've actually seen a ball go off of somebody.
Yeah.
Which is a point.
Right.
We have not seen that today. We didn't see it yesterday in the singles play either.
When you're down like that, the last thing you want to do, because you have to make a perfect lob against good players. He made a simple meatball lob right to the opponent, and the opponent killed it.
So this gold medal match concludes. Here's a look back at some of its moments. Bam! Our Ohio Basement Authority match of the day, and it lived up to it.
Okay. Yeah, they hit way too many balls into the net. But again, it's easy to say that when you're not playing. These guys have been playing all day. So at some point, fatigue sets in no matter how you feel.
When it is 5:45 and you've been at it all day, and these aren't just that's the other thing. These aren't just casual matches. These are intense. People came here to win. I know
Absolutely.
this isn't $1 million match or anything like that. It's not the Super Bowl, but nobody shows up to lose.
Right.
You came here to win. It's the end of the day. It's been very competitive. We've probably been at it for a few days now in singles and now doubles matches. And you do start to get to both physical fatigue and mental fatigue as well. We are going to step aside. Pickle in the Land continues right after this on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. It's presented by Akron Children's Hospital.
Pickle in the Land on Rock Sports is brought to you by Akron Children's. Visit akronchildrens.org to find a location near you. By Ohio Basement Authority, Cleveland's premier foundation repair, basement waterproofing, and basement finishing company. We are here to help homeowners protect their greatest asset, their home. By Phoenix Energy, True North, and New Phoenix Energy. Power partners on and off the court. Grab 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for just $5.50 at True North. Natural caffeine, 0 sugar, and hydration to fuel you and keep you in the game. Stop by True North today. Fast, friendly, clean. And by Parrot Paddles. Visit their shop on site at Pickle in the Land or head to parrotpaddles.com to get the highest quality licensed paddles and accessories for all your favorite football, hockey, and college sports brands.
Pickle in the Land continues, but we do want to tell you, coming up at 7 o'clock, we will shift to the scene you see there. The Cleveland Charge welcoming in the Sioux Falls Skyforce. That's a 7 o'clock tip at Cleveland Public Hall. Scott Zarilla with the call. But Charge and Skyforce. Sioux Falls Skyforce have been around for like a million years across, I feel like a million basketball leagues. But they're in town tonight. Charge looking to take him down. But first, we have another hour of coverage here on the Rock of Pickle in the Land. This is a gold medal match here, maybe. A 5.0 rated match. Best of 3. Grant Sarnowski and Chad Nash taking on Alex Toth and Ben Slade, who we saw yesterday. You were a big fan of Slade's game in the singles match.
I saw him warming up just a little bit ago, and they were just ripping back and forth.
Slade won the men's 5.0 singles match yesterday. He was the guy I most remember for when he would serve or return it. The ball sounded like it was being absolutely beaten into submission every time it contacted his paddle.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was one of those, I think the ball was asking for mercy when Slade was done hitting it.
Sometimes I'll be waiting on players to warm up in the game because I am a fan even after I am a player. I love to play, but I also love to watch matches. So a lot of times I'll see some of these young 19, 20, 21-year-old whippersnappers, and they're just ripping the ball, and I'm like, oh. Everybody over in the corner who's 50 or 60 and older is sitting there going, oh my goodness, look at this. Why am I even here playing? I know why. Because of the love of the game. There's nothing like pickleball.
So this should be a lot of fun. A 5.0 match, and considering like yesterday, especially when we saw the match Slade was in, just how quickly everything was operating, right? Everyone's motions, the fluidity, everyone knew what they were doing. Everyone was, but all these players know what they're doing. But when you're at that high of a level and executing it, you could tell they were playing at a different level from everybody else.
Absolutely. Now look at this. These are pretty much 5.0 players, and they're not even on the main pro tour like a Ben Johns, like a Federico Staxru, so you know how better the professionals must have to be if they're even better than these guys.
All right, so after a quick side out, now we are into a possession here. Let me set the stage for you. You see the guy with the teal shoes right here closest to us. That is Grant Sarnowski. Chad Nash is the guy next to him. And then on the other side is Alex Toth and Ben Slade. Slade with the same look with the ball cap that he had yesterday.
Yeah, he does.
And side out now. And Slade will serve. There's that sound. Fuck! They just explodes off the panel.
And if you want to know what the kids were like that played against me and Jack yesterday, look at Sarnowski and Nash, and those would be what we were playing against yesterday.
Okay.
They demoralized us.
Big smash.
Goodness, they hit hard.
Toth, rather, tried to return it and could not.
Yeah, I was watching Sarnowski and Nash warm up just before the match. I mean, they were just ripping it. Ooh.
This is a match. This is one I would be surprised, I think you would too, if this did not end up being just very close.
Right.
This one could be here for a while.
Paddle battle.
Oh, that's just
a
great return volley there.
Right to the middle.
It was Nash that just pounded it right between the two.
There you go. That's where the money is. That's the money spot. Great job. And he did exactly what he wanted it to do. He dropped it over, but it was so close to the net. The other player tried to just get it back over, went right into the net. These are the kind of games you would think the ball is like after one game. Okay, I'm done.
You know, you'd mentioned that you don't really change the ball unless it gets broken or cracked.
Right.
How likely is that?
It's very, when you have people like Sarnowski and Nash hitting the ball, they can crack a ball very easily. Whoa. Oh my goodness, this is a good one. This is going to be good stuff.
Sarnowski Nash have jumped out to the 5-0 lead. Let's see what Toth and Ben Slade have to say about it here. Into the net. And they take back possession. Still early in this, but they would like to put together a little bit of a burst here. And Slade is into it.
Ooh.
Good solid backhand to return it, but Sarnowski Nash was equal to the task. Into the net, side out.
And that's the last thing you want against players like Sarnowski and Nash. They have an unforced error. You don't want to give them anything extra. No extra serves, no extra points, no extra chances. Nice.
Right between
In the middle. That's where it is.
And now Sarnowski will take the serve. 0-5-2 serving. They dropped, niftily returned, and they drove it there. Picked up a point. 6-0. I'm a little surprised at the fast start. We have not seen Toth or Slade. Or, I'm sorry, we have not seen Sarnowski or Nash to this point. We haven't seen those guys.
Yeah.
I just know how good we saw Ben Slade yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. They look just like the two that played us in our corporate challenge. I think they
They're
are.
sneaky good.
Yeah, I think Ari Groomer did the kibosh on us.
It's 7-0.
I mean, looking at them going, it's like the two kids that played against us.
They get their first point. Badly needed that. We'll see if they can build on it here. Oh, that was a wicked return for Sarnowski. He was coming to the kitchen line, and the ball was up and coming in, and he had to get the paddle up high to return it, but it ends up in a point for Toth and Slade.
You hear that, pal?
Yeah.
My goodness. Oh. See, he tried to be too fancy. He tried just get it back over. But the adrenaline's pumping, and they're young and full of testosterone.
Man down! Nash went down.
Goodness. We said this was going to be good stuff.
Toad Slade picks up another point. They were down 7-0. It's now 7-3. There's been a few times along the way already where I see a ball and I'm like, there's no way that's going to get over to the net, and it just gets over the net. Or there's no way that's going to stay in, and it just stays in. And it just speaks to how perfect the placement can be sometimes. Now, of course, you're, a hair away from an unforced error, but there's a line you can walk finally there. Oh, what?
Yes. Woo. Man, is this good stuff.
7-4. And now Sarnowski and Nash take possession. This is Nash onto the serve. Into the net. Sarnowski will now take the serve.
And one of the things we didn't talk about was the serve. A lot of times people think you got to have a really hard, fast serve. You don't. You can make it as slow as possible. Just get it to the right place. Sarnowski and Nash are starting to make a couple of unforced errors, letting Toth and Slade back into the game.
Another point.
See, the adrenaline's pumping just a little bit too much. They got started, and they were rocking. Now it's starting to get to the meat and potatoes of the game.
Cut it to 7-5.
Third, 3 in a row now in the net, I believe?
Now 7-6.
Yep.
And
they're slowing it down a little bit.
At this point of the match, as much as they've been playing all day, this is not fatigue from this match because they're just getting started. It's just other elements. And we're even at 7 now. Best of 3. You need to get to 11 to win each set. You have to win each set by at least 2. He's out. Serve switches over to Choke. That's out. And Sarnowski Nash will now take possession. Nash serving. Goodness.
That's the test.
Pop.
See? Pop. You know?
You watch this kind of stuff, and if you're new to the game, or maybe you just play a little, and like one thing that comes to mind, I'm wondering, how often are these guys playing? Like
Every day.
every day they're
Every
playing.
day. They're either because my partner Jack, again, he's just amazing.
Big up in the air smash.
They drill twice a week. So they just go someplace for about an hour and they just drill. They just do drops. They do the pickleball paddle battles.
It's just practice.
Just
there's no
practice.
games, yeah.
That's it. Certain players play almost every day.
That's a point. Toth, Slade, they've taken their first lead here tonight. You can see Ben Slade, the reaction.
And I watch these players and I say, I'm not looking to be a 5-0. I'm just looking to play for the love of the game, to get some exercise, sweat a little bit, have some fun. It's my social life. You look at these players, you go, I don't have a chance. I'm 65 for God's sakes, man. Deal with it.
Well, I mean, this is a game that has really caught fire
Big time.
over the last few years in the United States and in other places of the world.
Once
There's a big smash from Slade. The emphatic reaction there.
LeBron James bought a team and Tom Brady bought a team, that's when it really started to take off. That's when it got more press than anything else. In social media, everybody started wondering what the heck is pickleball.
But it is something also that just, for lack of a better term, regular people
And the
can
family.
pick up and play. Yeah,
Yes,
and if you're
family.
an older person, doesn't matter, you can go play.
Absolutely.
Doctors like it because it keeps you active. Other doctors like it because it does give them customers. Somebody pops a knee or strains something, but that's all right. You want folks out moving around.
Absolutely.
You don't need to be moving around like these guys, but you know, you'd rather be moving around than sitting on the couch.
Looks like we got a little stalemate going now.
Yeah, this is, you know, they jumped out to that 7-0 lead, and
Yep.
now this is really kind of got hung up in the wash. Goodness.
Just crucified.
Yeah. Bam.
And those are the good ones. Though, when they see a meatball like that, you hit it. The idea is to hit it so hard that it bounces on your opponent's side and then rises 20, 30, 40 feet in the air because it's hit so hard. My goodness. And for anybody like Schwabb said who hasn't played, now you understand why this game is so popular. So much to it. And a chess game inside of a pickleball game. Oh my goodness.
That's just,
This is sick.
look at that.
Just sick.
The hand-eye coordination
You gotta have
required in some of these paddle bats
Swabby,
are ridiculous.
You have to have reflexes. If you don't have the reflexes, whether it's tennis, whether it's badminton, whether it's racquetball, and whether it's ping pong, you gotta have those reflexes, or you're not going to do well.
You're certainly not going to be in the finals of a gold medal. The gold medal in the line.
You won't be there playing against Sarnowski and Nash.
You will not be. Boom.
That was
That's a poach, right?
That's a poach. That's the poach.
9-7 Toth. Slade jumps in front here.
No, 10-7.
Oh, it is 10-7. Okay,
10-7.
very slow to put the point up.
And they won. See, I would have never thought that they would have won that first game. Watching Sarnowski and Nash warm up, and the way they were up 7-0. So now I told you, pickleball's a game of runs. They had the first 7. The other team went on an 11-0 run.
And that is so hard at this level of play, with as good as these guys are, to constantly keep forcing the set out.
Yes.
You know, and to do it many times over, to not allow a single point after that. They were down 7-0. They come back on an 11-0 run to take the first game. We will keep it here as they transition to the second set of this, and they trade sides.
Tromby, there's nothing more demoralizing than when you're up 10-1 and you're feeling good, you're loose, you're having a good time, you're sitting there saying to yourself, oh yeah, we got these guys. And the next thing you know,
you don't.
They win 12, you're up 10-1, and you lose 12-10. There's nothing worse.
I want to remind you that we are presented here by Akron Children's Hospital. From diagnosis and treatment to preventing future injuries, the sports health experts at Akron Children's are dedicated to helping athletes stay safe, healthy, and in the game. Learn how Akron Children's can provide all-star care for your athlete at akronchildrens.org/sportshealth. And we are into the second set here. As I mentioned, the two teams have traded sides of the court.
And now Sarnowski and Nash know that they're in for a battle, you know?
Not that they took him lightly to start with, but when you're up 7-0 and lose 11-7, that's got to be a bit dizzying.
That's an eye-opener. Did he get it? I think he got the ATP.
Look at that dig out. Goodness, I mean.
They're on the pole. Oh, yeah, because the other player hit the ball.
I can't get over that return shot from Slade, though. It's not just the lunge, but look at the wrist positioning on some of these required.
The wrist positioning is everything. There's another one. He knew it, though. He knew he was going to try the ATP. Oh, my goodness.
But one thing I have not asked you about, either actually today or yesterday, is the spin that guys try to put on ball. How often is that in play? Can you actually try to put spin on every single shot, or how does that?
There are players that do that. There are players do nothing but spin the ball. We were playing one time, and the guy with the kitchen line, and the guy did a spin drop. It came over the net, bounced, and then bounced back over the net to the other side. And they got the point, because you got to put a paddle on it.
Yep. And that's, you know, if somebody's hearing that spin, think of when a pitcher spins a baseball.
Yes.
It can put curve on it. But also, to your point, when it hits the court, it's going to bounce weird.
Right. Therefore, you want to try your best. When someone's spinning a drop or anything else, you want to try to hit it back over in the air. You do not want it to drop, because it's going to do a crazy spin on you. So you got to try to keep it going in the air and get it back over.
Oh, that stayed in. Watch this, right? Is that in? I think
well, he did that, so that means it's good. Let's see. Ooh, that's close. That's close.
Great work by D-Mac and his team back there in command center, giving us that You.
Oh,
That's
hit
too
it too
far.
long. He had him.
And of course, he hurdles the fence. I gotta say, this is my favorite rule of pickleball,
Yeah.
that you can't change the ball, and some poor guy might have to go walk 40 yards to run down a ball just because the rule says he has to.
Okay, and I'll give you one more funny story about pickleballs, only using one, when we get the next break.
Okay. Well, he got literally spun around. Sorry, now there he goes again.
When I played at the North Royalton YMCA, that's why I started this whole thing for that area. It was we played with 100 balls. We'd have 100 onyx balls, and there would be balls everywhere. We didn't like chasing balls down. Give me another ball. We'd have baskets of balls. And then when the pandemic hit, I had only played indoors. Now I play outdoors, and people are using one ball, and I think it's nuts.
Oh, Slade frustrated with himself. That was a real good volley we had just there.
The crowd is
Getting by with a little help from his friends over here.
I'm surprised they didn't ask one of us to go get it one of the times they went out. We're right there.
Have to hit it a long way.
Right.
Sarnaski and Nash in front 5-0 after leading the first set 7-0. Before Toth and Slade made an emphatic rally to win it.
Right. On the nose. What happened?
I don't know.
Could have been a foot foul? What was it? They're replaying the point, huh?
All right, that's it. They're replaying the point.
Right, because you can't hit the ball. That's called a let.
Why don't they just call it hitting the ball?
No. When you do a replay the point, it's called a let.
I see.
You know, if there was a question about whether a ball was out or in and nobody can make a decision, then they'll do a let, which means just take it over.
That sounds like an awfully fancy term for a do-over. But,
Pretty much.
You know, I understand it's a sport. It needs its own terminology.
It's called a let. And in tournament play, when the guy, like I told you yesterday, when the guy serves the ball, he serves it. If it hits the net and continues over, yesterday it was good. Now, the championship, sometime in the tournament, it's not good.
So we have a timeout here. And Sarnaski Nash finding themselves ahead 7, just as they
8-1.
were in the first set. Right, it's 8-1, but
8-1.
they're ahead by 7. They were 7-zip in the first set. They're 8-7 now at 8-1. Coach Slade, want to talk about it? Can't blame him.
See, Sarnaski and Nash know they need this game. They got to have it to push it to a third game, winner take all. Because they felt like they should have won the last game.
I can't imagine how many folks have driven home from the Huntington Convention Center already today, in the last 2 days, and even tomorrow, that'll drive home thinking, if only not for that fill in the blank.
Right.
Whatever it was, that serve, that smash, whatever it is, that one thing.
Probably it will bother you the rest of the day. And we play Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. If it happens on Monday, it's bothering you all the way to Wednesday. You notice Sarnaski and Nash almost never come up to the line. They're content to stand back by that serve line and just battle it out. Until they get dropped on, then they'll come up to the line.
Side out. Toth, Slade
9-1.
take back possession, and if they have a run in them, now would be the time.
They had to correct the
Yeah, I was going to
referee.
say that, when that happens, there's not a scoreboard there. So it's from memory. Is it 1-8? No, it's 1-9.
Whoa. And one of the reasons I watch the Pickleball channel a lot, because it gives me ideas of what to do and what not to do when I go back to play again. And that's why I'm such a fan. Nice. He set his partner up.
Much needed point, and we need quite a few more of those at this point. Brian Slade into the serve here. He won the single gold medal match yesterday in doubles play here. Oh my word!
Goodness!
Ben Slade fighting for his life in that valley.
Goodness!
And ended up losing it. The possession goes back to Sarnowski and Nash. And it's Nash serving it here. It looked like Ben Slade was under attack. Target that man.
Anybody who wants to know how we did yesterday, I'm 65, my partner was 81, and we played against players that were pretty much Sarnowski and Nash. That's why we got demoralized.
Killed you.
They were just fast. They returned everything. They had no weaknesses. And they're 20.
I got to imagine some of these pickleball matches, not the one we're watching, but at some point like the one you were in, you know in about 1 minute, this is going to be a long day.
And we do what I said other players do. The shoulders were dropping.
Yeah.
We're getting gator arms. No matter what we hit at them, they hit it back. We knew we're not going to win this one.
So 9-3. They're hanging on here with 9-1. Still alive here in this second set.
They're playing some really good pickleball. That's nice.
Every time Ben Slade goes low and to his right, he puts it almost in the exact same spot with every single return. And at that point, you can't attack. He's simply staying alive, playing defense.
Because he's a better dropper. So he is confident in his dropping, his dinking. That was
Out.
Game point.
It's 10-3 now, and game point right here in this best-of-3 gold medal match. Oh, a flurry. And Sarnowski and Nash, Grant Sarnowski, Chad Nash, have taken the second set. They needed to have it. They get it. They win big, actually. And they force a decisive third set.
This third game is going to be outstanding. Good stuff. One of the things I can't do, Schwabb, is I can't target people like you saw when they were, the paddle battle was going on.
Yep.
I can't, players will come after you. Like I said, because they perceive you as the wounded wildebeest. So they will take it like I showed people earlier when they paddle, and they'll hit it right at you 100, 110 miles an hour. Okay? I can't do that to people. It's not in my DNA. I can't target people because I feel like I'm going to lose friendships. And these all are my brothers and sisters. So, per se, that I play with.
But, and it's funny you mentioned that because I was about to say something when this set ended and they both went to the net. And we've seen that in all of these matches, whether today or yesterday. Everyone gets along.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I mean, to your point, you're right. You know those folks personally. These folks, I don't know how much of these competitors know each other outside of this particular match we're in.
Right.
But everyone gets along here. Like Slade, he clearly got targeted there.
Yes.
They lost it. He smiled. He laughed. They went to the net. They shook hands. And I'm not going to say there's no trash talk anywhere, but we haven't seen it anywhere in these matches. Everyone here is there for the same reason.
Right.
Have a good time. Have a good match. Play hard. And everyone has gotten along. It's a very friendly-natured game.
Unfortunately, they had to turn down one of the pickleball centers in Rocky River because the people were fighting too much. So they closed it down until the beginning of the year. This was about a month ago.
God.
Yeah, they were just arguing and fighting too much. And these are grown people.
You know, I grew up in Rocky River.
Yes.
If you're going to have a fight in Rocky River, it's probably going to be about something like pickleball or handball or something like that.
Right.
No, it's going to be something along those lines. Somebody have a yacht fight. You know, that might be in Rocky River, too, along those kinds of things. I don't know what a yacht fight is, but it sounded good.
But it's a gentleman's
Sarnowski
game.
Nash here.
Definitely.
On the serve.
Definitely a gentleman's game. And gentlewoman.
Side out. Ben Slade into the serve here.
That one is out.
They get their first point. The first point. Nope. Okay. No, they don't.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah,
out.
it was
The first
out.
one was out. Second serve now.
Too strong. Side out. Back to Sarnowski now. Neither team able to claim a point here in this one so far.
Ripping. Just fantastic. Whoa. What a great sound.
It really
That
is.
makes you want to play right there, man. Just a great sound. And unfortunately, I had a paddle before where I couldn't get that sound. The first paddle I had that sound. Then I switched to another paddle thinking it was going to make me better. But the ball would have this flat sound. And so I went back to my original paddle because I want that sound.
Goodness. Look at this flurry.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, there it is.
That's, ladies and gentlemen, the pickleball paddle battle. That's the way it is right there.
Chad Nash finished that one. Look at this exchange. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I lost count.
Look at
Boom! Right there.
That's what I'm talking about. Does that not? I got goosebumps, Robbie.
That's the best back and forth we've seen all day, and we've seen some good ones.
My
That-
goodness. That's what I'm talking about. It's so exciting.
That was like basically power pickleball.
That's the kind of stuff that makes you want to go home and lift your condo up and down a couple times. You just feel like you got so much strength and energy and testosterone, you know?
Oh my gosh, Marty's over here trying to bench press a house. Toth Slade on the board for the first time this set. Got it to 2-1. Alex Toth into the serve here.
Spinning, see, he spins it.
Oh yeah. Point, even at 2.
The spinners look like they're so easy, but they hit your paddle and they just go everywhere. Pizza Bob Zuckerman, he's very good at it.
I gotta say, the nickname Pizza Bob is not as intimidating as the Viper.
He used to own a pizza company and retired, you know.
Is he gonna go?
That's what I do. I play with a bunch of rich people, you know. Retired rich people.
What's your excuse? Tied at 2 in this set.
Something to rub off on me. Get it on.
Big up in the air, and it was returned.
Ooh, it was so good.
Point for Sarnowski Nash.
I get
First
tired.
2 games were games of run. The first 2 sets were games of runs, and this one has not been so far.
Wow. Wow, they're so good.
Yep. Final of this gold medal match here, the best of 3. Reminder, at 7 o'clock, we send it over to Public Hall for the charge game.
He-Man.
And Scott Zarillo. Grant Sarnowski, Chad Nash in front of this one, 4-2. Slade into the serve here.
It's a big audience for this. All these people keep walking past our booth right here as we're trying to see the match, you know.
4-3. Nash, Sarnowski in front, and Toth and Slade have just tied it up.
One woman just keeps walking past me. I'm trying to watch the match here. I know they're excited.
At a point, and their first lead of this third set.
See how quickly the time can change?
Big smash up in the air. Ben Slade pounded it down for a point.
My goodness, that's good stuff. Wow.
Boom!
It looked like, I kind of look like my windmill, you know? But I take more of a current of roundhouse, you know?
I got you.
He's just so tall, he doesn't need to. Just lift his racket up and slam
that's
it.
you could see that play unfolding and thought if he lands this right, it's going to be an exclamation point moment, and it absolutely was as Ben Slade hammered down as the two teams will trade sides now of the court, as they do when somebody reaches 6. And we are coming down the stretch here in this gold medal match. Side in, we resume play. 6 serving. Here we go. Goodness.
Oh my goodness.
There's so many plays along the way that you think, oh, this one has to get him a point, or this one has to get a set out. And nearly every time we say this, somebody is equal to the moment and returns it.
And that's the thing with
oh
my goodness. As we're playing, Schwabby,
that
there'll
was
be
Chad
shots
Nash
like that.
with the wicked return. Go ahead.
Yeah, there'll be shots like that, and you think you have a game winner, and your opponent just keeps hitting it back. And then when the point is finally over, you say, my goodness, won't you die already? You don't mean it literally, but,
no.
you know, man, oh man, what do I got to do to win this point? Look at this.
Oh, my word, just over the net.
People,
Oh, that's a big one.
this is why, people, this is why pickleball is the #1 growing sport over the last 3 to 4 years. It's reasons
Look
like
at
that.
the exhale
Telling you, man.
from Chad Nash.
Woo! This is good stuff. This is worth the price of admission.
We have not seen too many signs of emotion in this game or in many of the others, but there have been a couple, and that exhale from Nash was
Because they're locked in now. They know.
Yes.
They both can taste it. It's
Tied
that close.
6, first to 11. Into the net. And Nash will now serve.
Wow.
Oh, that's driven there by Ben Slade. Now, you know, we talked about earlier in this match some mistakes being made and things. We said fatigue really hasn't set in.
Right.
Well, fatigue has now set in.
Yeah.
This is an exhausting display of pickleball.
And they now know that they cannot have unforced errors.
Yeah,
You
like-
cannot like there.
like that.
You can't. You
Although
can't
some
do
of
it.
that is I would say maybe a forced error because it's so rapid.
Yep.
You know, you can only be perfect so many times. which
Somebody
in
has
those
to win the battle. Somebody's got to lose it. Oh.
Like when you're into those paddle battles, every motion has to be perfect. And when it's coming at you so fast, the errors, I think, can be, even though you hit the net, you're like, I mean, how many times are you going to continue to return that without somebody flinching? 7-6, Toe Slade now in front, but Nash and Sarnowski have taken back possession. Oh, great return. Oh!
Oh my goodness! This is so good.
Grant Sarnowski looked like he was going to get it over, and then he jumped up. He knew he just missed it.
When this is over, I may go to the YMCA and knock on the door and tell them, let me in. I want to play. This is a battle, which we knew, which we felt it would be.
Even at 7.
Missed it. He had it, right idea, he just missed it, just went long. Hit it right to the center, between the two opponents. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Right now, I'm starting to think the first team that gets to 9 first will win the match. I'm thinking.
This is both sides right now having a hard time establishing.
Right, but they're just so good.
Yeah.
And that's what happens with 5.0 players, you know.
Sometimes it's hard to follow the ball. It's just moving so fast.
Now imagine playing and that's happening.
No, I would be hit repeatedly.
And we all are, trust me. Ooh. That wasn't wrong with it. I guess not. Look at them. Look at this. Okay.
As the possession shifts.
I feel like I'm on the best roller coaster at Cedar Point right now. Rocking here, back and forth.
Goodness. 7-7-2. Into the net, slide out.
That. Not at this point in the game.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
That would be clearly the unforced error. That one.
You don't want
Not forced at all.
You don't want to give the ball back to your opponent. You got to get ahead. Okay, we're up 8.
8-7. You thought the first to get the 9.
I think the first to get the 9 may win this match.
You got to get to 11, and you got to win by 2.
Ooh, that was close to 1.
Is that out?
Apparently.
Too strong on the return.
That would have been an important point, too. Wow. Slade ain't to be played with, okay?
There's a reason he won the singles gold yesterday.
Goodness. He is not to be messed with.
That looked like a poach. He jumped in front or no?
I didn't see the play. I was looking at the other player.
It looked like he jumped in front of Toth near the kitchen line. Up in the air. Dig. Wow, he dug that out.
I can't wait to talk to everybody in the pickleball group because they all were watching this. And we're going to be talking about this match, I know, on Monday.
It feels like it would be so like there, at the previous point, we saw Nash with a great dig out.
Yeah.
Everything he could do to dig that out, return the volley, and it didn't mean a thing because the next return shot was just unplayable. You go through all that and you can't capitalize.
Wow.
Into the net. Tied at 8.
Here we go.
Nash to serve.
See, this is what a better dropper tries to get the advantage. It's a dropping game now.
Constant repositioning of your lower half for every single one of these little drops. It looks exhausting, and also have to be so precise.
Yes, and that's why they practice dropping, over, dropping, digging, same thing. Or they practice it millions of times.
These guys don't skip leg count. 9-8, Sarnowski Nash in front. Let's see if they can pull this off. We thought the first to 9 might do it. And that is a side out. Ben Slade, Alex Toth now with possession.
Now, in my opinion, they cannot give this serve back to Sarnowski and Nash. They have to win it now. They have to do. I'll turn to my partner and I'll say, okay, we'll tap paddles and I'll say 3 in a row. We got to have 3 in a row. We cannot give this ball back to the opponents. Here we go.
Tied at 9.
Oh, we'd love to have that one back. This is one of the most important points of the game, of the match. Okay.
Side out.
Here we go.
Kitchen line paddle battle.
Oh. The first one to get the 10 now, they put all the pressure on the other team.
And you have to win by 2.
Yes.
And there hasn't been many 2-point leads in this set. You wonder if this one might go.
Here we go. Here we go. First match point.
9. Match point. Brent Sarnowski on the serve.
Ooh, he gatored it. Gator armed it.
Yep. And it shifts now to Alex Toth, Ben Slade. They need an equalizer here.
They have to do it now. They cannot get the ball back. Whoa.
Oh, goodness. Toth. Slade, rather, with some nifty work there at the kitchen line.
What happened?
I'm not sure.
What did she say? Huh.
9-10-2. Okay. So a lot of dips and drops here. Oh, and just as
And
I
see,
said it,
as you
Toth
saw
rolled
with
it
that
off the
battle,
net.
with that battle, that's why you practice dropping over and over.
You get into
because
these.
a match is going to come down to the best dropper.
Match point.
2 2 to make 1. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, my God. What did I say? I said the first team to 9
Yep.
was probably going to win
That
this game.
was a battle.
Holy
Brent Sarnowski,
crap.
Chad Nash, pull it out. That was outstanding. I do want to remind you, this has been a great event we've had. It's been brought to us presented by Akron Children's Hospital. I want to send it over to Dave Skozin for a conversation with Dr. Lorena Flocari.
Thanks, guys. We're now joined by Dr. Lorena Flocari of Akron Children's and their Spine Center. And Dr. Flocari, thank you for taking the time to join us. Spines, children, various injuries, what are the types of things that end up being under your purview at Akron Children's?
So we see a little bit of everything. So anything from back pain from an injury to congenital deformities or other types of conditions like scoliosis. And then also stress fractures and things that can happen in anybody. Disc herniations, we really do see it all, even in children of young age.
And I would imagine as a parent, that's scary when you're talking about anything to do with your spine or your nervous system, but when you see a new patient, you have these types of issues, what types of things do you try to do to ease their concerns about things?
Well, a lot of things we can really treat with very simple and easy methods. So we do a lot of physical therapy for back pain, and that often solves the problem. Often you don't need us as surgeons to take care of the issue. But certainly we're there to help patients and families through the entire process if they did need a surgery to get them back to baseline.
I think a lot of people are probably familiar with the term spinal fusion, and that is probably something that you don't want to do if you don't have to, but then there's also a treatment called vertebral body tethering. Can you explain what that is and how it compares to spinal fusion?
Yeah, so those two surgeries we do for scoliosis. Spinal fusion is really the tried and true method that we've done for many, many years with really pretty good outcomes. Patients do remarkably well. They can get back to sports, but it is a big surgery and it does restrict motion in the spine. So vertebral body tethering is a newer option that can be great for certain patients who, with the benefit of maintaining spine mobility, which we think not only will allow for better function, but also maybe better long-term with more normal spine biomechanics.
When someone gets diagnosed with scoliosis and you're following them and monitoring them, I would imagine there's scans or x-rays or things like that, and over time there could be some negatives to that, but it sounds like Akron Children's has some solutions that help minimize some of the issues.
Yes, we are very conscious of limiting radiation at all opportunities. So we have a machine in our outpatient office that has very minimal radiation, almost negligible. So that has been a really big game changer for doing all these repeated x-rays over time. It's very safe to do so now with that technology. Another new and exciting technology advancement that we can now provide is we can actually convert an MRI scan into a CT scan. We call it a synthetic CT scan. And so the huge advantage of that is it gives a great image of the bones with zero radiation. So that really in the past year has been a new technology that we've invested in that I think will really provide great benefit to our patients.
And one of the things that Akron Children's, I'm sure, is very proud of is that it is a spine center of excellence, correct?
Yes, we were designated as a Spine Center of Excellence as a testament to the volume of care that we provide as well as our outcomes. We have been consistently in the top 25% across multiple quality national databases in terms of our outcomes and the quality of care that we're providing.
Dr. Lorena Flocari, kind enough to join us from Akron Children's. thank you once again, and thanks for all of the insight, and thank you for supporting Pickle in the Land, which is what we're going back to next.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right, and we'll go back to our coverage of Pickle in the Land.
All right, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Doc. We're going to put a wrap on this thing here. What a couple of days we've had here on the Rock.
I've had so much fun. This has been unbelievable, from the tournament I played in yesterday, to the doubles today, to the crowd, to the people, to the sport. Now you understand. You said you didn't know anything about pickleball. Now you know.
Now I understand.
Greatest sport in the world.
10 seconds or less. Somebody's seen this, wants to do it. How's a fast way to jump in?
Go to pickleintheland.com. Yeah, pickleintheland.com.
There you go. You want to play? Go to the website, check it out. This has been a whole lot of fun. A look back at some of our doubles matches from today. We have had some dandies, including the gold medal one that just wrapped up. Charge Basketball is next. For Marty Allen, I'm Mark Schwabb. See ya!
Pickleball!